Yeah.
All
Welcome,
right, nice.
everybody.
We were back. Getting a little spicy here right before hitting record. And I was like, you know what? Let's just hit record here.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, we're super busy, and trying to. I mean, it sounds crazy that trying to shell out an hour a week is difficult, but sometimes it is, especially when we want client calls, etc., to happen. So we're here. We didn't make it last week, but it's all good. And I do promise to be putting out more shorts. I think it definitely helps with our subscriber rates and views itself. It's not difficult to do, just being disciplined about it. But yeah, channel's up and moving and running. So
100%.
yeah, and I'll probably do some. I'll probably repost the blogs back onto the collective. Or sorry, I'll repost what I used to do on the collective site. I used to redistribute the blog or the podcast on our blog. Never really drove traffic to the site. Just heads up, like transcribed it, put it in. Never really did anything from a traffic perspective. But it's a nice little thought leadership piece when people actually maybe click on our blog and we see a mix of things.
Oh,
So
I think it looks great.
it's just a visual thing. I haven't updated it in a while, so it's kind of my bad. Just yeah. Anywho, we're back. We're here. Yeah, maybe we should tell them what you're all pissy about.
So
What got your panties in a bunch?
I and I'm just pulling up the tweet right now just to read it. So
Yeah.
I was looking at Twitter this morning, and so this lady posted. She lives in North Jersey, um, and for those who are like New Jerseyans, which I am, North and South Jersey are very different. Like North Jersey's big time like city area, and South Jersey's like farmland for the most part, and like Jersey Shore. She posted, I just got my first power bill under the new rules in which I pay for AI to plug into our power grid. Is my bill more than double the highest I've ever paid for any hottest years on record? Yeah. I used to pay something like 220 to 230. It's now $600.
Hmm.
So this lady's, and then if you just type in like AI electric bills on Twitter, there's so many people that are now posting about it. And it's tough for me because I don't really have a good comparison here. Like I just haven't lived in this house long to really know like what the big impact is. So I'm sitting here thinking like, is this real? And then I'm like looking at other people who are posting it. And then if you just do a Google search, and then I actually was like, you know what? Let me try AI mode because I don't really use it often in Google. Do Americans pay for AI in their electricity bill? Yes, Americans may see an impact in AI's rising energy demands on their electricity bills. Here's why: soaring energy consumption from data centers. AI models require immense computational power, leading to a surge in demand for electricity to run and cool data centers. These facilities can use as much energy as small cities. Um, so then it keeps going through it, and I'm like, well, explain this to me like I'm a middle schooler because I'm like struggling to understand the concept of
How's it get
Google and
passed down?
Meta, multi billion dollar companies. They're printing 40 plus billion a quarter, literally a quarter. They're building data centers. So how do I get roped into paying for their OpEx? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So I'm like, you know what? Explain this to me like a middle schooler. Because I don't know. Maybe I sound like an idiot right now. And then they give you this explanation. Hey, so cool computer programs like ChatGPT. Well, they need a lot of yada yada data centers. Imagine data centers are enormous, like school buildings, full of power, full of computers, needing tons of electricity to stay cool and run. Now, all that extra electricity has to come from somewhere. So the companies that make and deliver electricity, your utility companies, have to build more power plants, update wires, poles, bring electricity to our homes. This costs a lot of money, and those costs can end up on everyone's electricity bill, even if you don't use AI yourself. It's like when your whole class goes on a field trip and everyone splits the cost of the bus, even if some kids talk more than others. Like this, that part makes no sense to me.
Yeah. But it's
Um,
like building out the infrastructure to supply the data centers for it is where the cost is. You're not necessarily paying the bill of what Google's using to consume off the power grid, but these guys have to build an infrastructure to help support being able to supply that energy. It's kind of how I read it.
Wait, say that one more time.
So it's not that. So the way I look at this is that it's not that we're paying for Google or ChatGPT's um, bill
Like the
for
actual
their
like
use. The
AI
use, yeah, the
building.
use.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
They're paying for that. They're
Yes.
paying for that. But in order to supply that building with all that energy, the electricity companies, they can't just say, "Oh, we're going to produce more electricity for free." They have to go and build infrastructures out, be it larger power plants, facilities, to supply the electricity to them. And the cost of infrastructure most likely is what that pass down of the cost is.
But that doesn't even make sense to me. Like that's the best explanation that I've. That was a like great explanation there, Steve. And I've been like doing like a little research this morning, and I just couldn't get to an actual like explanation that made any sense. And that still doesn't like
I
make
don't
much
understand
sense
New
to me.
Jersey. Is New Jersey like a big data center area? That's what I'm like, really? I didn't really heard of that. I
I
mean, is
know.
there?
I think they're built. I guess they built one out in North Jersey. Like I honestly haven't
Oh.
even looked into that too much. And there's like a couple other states that have obviously like data centers that are being put in there. But
Yeah, you would
but
expect that. Hey, the cost of whatever Google charge or Google needs to do for their data centers or ChatGPT, that would pay for the infrastructure build out for everything. But do power consumption for this? I mean, that's going to cause a big riff if that comes across um, the voting line for AI stuff. People don't want to see their electricity bills
fuck no,
go up
you. I mean,
for AI.
you got to think for the past. I mean, literally since COVID, it's been everything has skyrocketed pricing wise through the roof. We've talked about buy now, pay later, all the credit card debt in this country,
Yeah.
and the inflation in this country. So now you're going to tell people, hey, because these big monopolies are building out data centers, huh, your electricity bill is going to triple, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's just going to triple. Figure it out.
You know, I'm going to
That like
ask
that makes no
ChatGPT something. I'm
sense.
curious about my area. Uh,
But see, the other thing that I'm thinking of is like, what if I were to buy like Bitcoin mining um like infrastructure? Like you could have like actual like machines that run and mine Bitcoin
yeah.
and they verify the network, etc. Those take a lot of power and energy to consume. So what if I brought in Bitcoin miners to my house and then I just charged everybody in my neighborhood, hey, my bills are going up a little bit and you guys are close to us, so like you're going to also you'd be like, you're out of your mind, dude. That was your decision to build it and this is a part of your company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like why would Google be able to build an AI center somewhere and then charge the
So
residents?
I think so. I just did a ChatGPT search for like local San Diego stuff. Like, hey, is this happening here? And they're like, no, it's not. But I'm like, well, what about in New Jersey? And they're like, yeah, sure, shit. As of June 2025, most households in New Jersey faced a 17 to 20% increase in the electricity bill approved by the state board's public utilities. So it's something the Board of Public Utilities. These hikes allow a basic service auction that resulted in soaring wholesale prices.
What?
I think this is local state shenanigans going on.
Dude, this is literally blowing my mind and I saw that other states were impacted by this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's people
Ha-
that are introducing bills to protect consumers from AI. I think this has got to do something with the yeah, I haven't read through this, but like something about buying electricity at wholesale, etc., and legislation. That's nuts. Um, yeah, I'm just there's a Fox News for Fox Business. $200 or more. I know my lecture was one we told blah blah blah. Let's see, New Jersey bill like 12th highest in the nation. Damn. So New Jersey electric bills ranked 12th highest. Okay.
what did does it list other states that are impacted by this?
I didn't ask it. It doesn't
Or did
list it here.
ask what other states are impacted by this or if
Let's
it's just like an outside if it's just like New Jersey got screwed by this board. And I wonder if like the board members like financially benefited off of that because I don't know why you would agree to that decision. That makes no sense.
Yeah, let me ask. All right, let's ask what other states. All right, so it's searching the web. That's the model they picked. More states are
I think
feeling the heat
Massachusetts was another
from
one.
AI data centers demand. 13 plus states plus one. So wholesale prices climbed 22% from 2024, potentially translating up to 5% residential bill in the coming year. So Trenton, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Ohio, Maine, Connecticut, Utah. Yeah, dude, it's all over the place.
That's what it
Um,
seemed like. Yeah.
California's probably getting screwed already, so that's why they haven't
I
done
just
anything yet.
don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I think it highlights though that they talk about it all the time in the All In podcast about electricity and the amount of electricity that China makes versus the United States, and what we need to hear to help cost or cover our fucking energy demand for data centers and AI. It's fucking huge. So
Oh, it's
is it
massive.
surprising that it's coming down to let's pass it down to fucking to the people? I'm not necessarily surprised first time I've heard it, and I don't like it, but we haven't built enough infrastructure in our country, according to their podcast and the data that they've shared, to satiate our appetite for AI and to be the leaders of AI in the data centers. So it's a big issue. Like it's huge. I think that's kind of switched gears of like, oh fuck, we need to support this thing. Where do we get this electricity?
It seems like it's just massive incompetence in the federal government for years and years and years to then set us up for this point. But then it also gets to the point of like, who is on that board to be like, huh, yep, these people who gotten screwed for 5 years now consistently, let's triple their electricity bills.
Yeah.
That seems like a great idea. Let's do that. Like that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, dude. The more you go through it, especially as a homeowner and you start doing your own business stuff, it's like, dude, people just try to rob you all over the place, and
It's
it's
incredible.
really, really, really sad.
I know.
It gets you frustrated with the government, etc. But I think I've talked about it before, and this was brought up. I had my rant. Shit, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Someone else was pissed off about some tax of some sort or whatnot. Um, and my great idea of how to fix all things political, I think this would have a huge impact. And I think I've told you this before, is that when I file my taxes every fucking year and I give the government a shit ton of money, um, I have 10 categories that I can divide up percentage wise of where I want my money spent. And let's say one of those categories is like, let's say it's infrastructure. One is maybe another one's school. Another one is law enforcement, first responders. Another one is parks and rec. You divide it up into 10 categories. I think that's going to be plenty of categories to determine where you want your money to be put. And I could say, you know what? I want 50% to go to first responders, and I want 50% to go to parks and recs, because that's what I believe in. For me personally, whatever, that's what I have. Maybe it's a little bit more distributed, but
Yeah,
those dollars, like I'm actually voting with my dollars, you know, and that could go directly to those funds. And so those funds come back around. The school system's like, well, where's my money? Well, I don't have enough money for this program. Okay, well, then maybe that will change. It'll actually motivate it. So it's instead of like the politicians getting fed by lobbyists and people voting for random shits, like that's truly the way we can vote is with our tax dollars, not our representatives. Like my dollars represent me more than a fucking representative locally here. So that's what I would love to do is like and that's an appendant to your fucking tax fill out. You have a fucking category of 10 fucking things that you fill in a percentage and boom, people will vote with their money. It'll be amazing.
I would love that, but I feel like I'm just getting so like cynical as I get older, and I'm thinking like there would probably be some board that would scheme their way and like just like the whole NGO thing of like, hey, this sounds really good. Like you're donating to parks, but then it goes to like some scheme and it like some nonsense then actually gets used for those funds there.
Yeah. No, dude, it's wild.
The other
Um
thing too that you
yeah.
mentioned on like the AI or the All In podcast, Chamath is like always saying we're at the point where we got energy at zero cost. We got zero cost energy. It's already here. It's already here. Well, dude, my electricity bill is going to triple. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, those guys are
Like,
in a different reality.
yeah, dude. And that's the thing is like, it seems like there's this whole like push towards AI and stuff. And now we're seeing, I don't know if you saw recently, like AI, like doctors. There was a study, I think, in like Finland or Sweden, where their ability to diagnose prostate cancer went down because
because
AI is not great at detecting it. And then they also did another study behind it that when they took it away from them after 3 month trial, their ability, them like personal abilities, significantly went down. And then you're talking about all this like electricity stuff. It's like, I don't know. I feel like AI is going to become way more controversial pretty soon here. And like I remember crypto and how controversial crypto was like, oh, we got to ban Bitcoin, we got to kill crypto because all the environmentalists were like, it just takes up so much energy. And you don't hear that about AI at all.
no, they've done a good job on hiding
And
that.
it's way more than crypto.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's way
yeah, yeah,
more.
yeah. It's it's an interesting one.
I'm
Uh,
I'm like so interested in how this is all going to pan out because the one thing the most recent episode of All In they were talking about, Jason asked, I forget the guy's name, but he's like, hey, there's like all of this, or no, it was Ben Shapiro. He was like, hey, I'm not like, in the weeds on all this stuff. Sure, we use it, but it seems like there's a ton of infrastructure, and like, has there been an ROI to justify all of these costs here? And everybody's like, yeah, sure, like it's going to happen, like we'll figure it out
it's
by like
gonna happen.
2030, be all
Yeah.
profitable, like don't worry about it. But I feel like that's a really valid concern, and like a valid thing to flag, especially if people are like, hey, I'm like fronting a bill for Google and like they're printing $300 billion a year. I don't know why I'm doing this, but like, and I know like that's not actually like what's happening. Like we're not like fronting the bill, but like if everybody's electricity costs go up to support AI while their jobs are at risk, like I don't know. I was talking to my wife last or this morning about this, and I was like, how crazy would it be if your electricity bill goes up to pay for AI and then you get laid off because AI took over your job? And now you have no money coming in because of AI, but you have to pay more because of AI. That's like a real possibility for like a lot of Americans.
Yeah, no, it's dude. I don't even know what to say. We're such at a weird spot where, like, we're at like another point in history where it's like a lot of people are equating like the AI race, like a space race or an arms race, Cold War, etc. Like we have to do better than China supposedly. But I mean, even internally here in the United States, these firms, all of them, Facebook or whatever, Meta, ChatGPT, Google, dude, they're all running the race against each other too. You know, and they're spending a lot. I mean, would they save money if they kind of all combine together? I don't think you're going to get the creativity. I mean, but yeah, you'd save money. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know where the AI is going to place us. It's super cloudy. I don't know. I
Yeah.
really don't know where the future holds on this because there's so many different ramifications. I know it's moving freaking fast though. Like it's fast in some instances, but then I guess slow in others. Like the fear of like AI completely replacing massive industries. I think that initial fear has kind of calmed down. It's still
I'm right
happening
there
for
with you.
sure. You know,
No
there's
doubt.
like it's glitchy, right? Like that's the best way I could say it in the most non-articulate way. It's like it's still glitchy, super helpful, but glitchy. Is it fucking helpful? 100%. I could not run my company with Ricardo and the way that our infrastructure is set up. Um, oh, we could without AI. It would just be a lot more time spent. You know,
For sure.
just like speeding things up. It's not like we run everything through it or anything like that, but um, it's beneficial. It's been beneficial to me, but is it beneficial to the future? I'm not 100% sure, man. I don't know where it's going to go.
I'm
It's
right there
weird.
with you. I think
Try
we
not to think
definitely
about it, to be honest.
same, but it's like impossible not to. And like even the other day, I just asked it to put together just like, hey, just give me some like give me like performance max specs so I could just pass this along to a client real quick. And like they're like always asking for stuff like that. So it's like, hey, how what's character count for like headlines, long
Yeah, yeah.
description lines, and then like image specs and stuff. Just something easy for a client to like to pass along. And like they got the character count wrong for headlines and description lines. And then they also said you could use 5 headlines of Performance Max, and that's completely false. It's 15. So if you're wrong on like that, like simple stuff, I don't think we're at the point of like, hey, we're gonna like, mass job loss for sure. So then the other thing that I'm now thinking of is like, say 2, 3 years down the line, everybody's everybody's paying $1,000 in electricity bills just to like, have a dramatic thing like, or absurd electricity bills, and AI still like that, and it's not to the point of like supreme profitability. Like, what happens then? Because I don't know how patient people are coming off of COVID with the amount of price increases across the board for just everything. And now
Yeah.
you're going to talk about this whole AI thing. It's like, I don't know. I feel like you're just poking the populace with all of these prices at all times. And dude, not to get on some political rant here, but it's like, hey, we're peeling every last dollar from our populace. Everything's going up, electricity bills are going up, and then we're giving all this money to foreign countries. Like, something's got to give here eventually, because it's not,
Yeah, the system's broke, man.
you know what I
And
mean? It
yeah,
doesn't. How can you justify sending hundreds of billions of dollars overseas while inflation's insane in this country and electricity bills are going through the roof? But like, hey, Google's stock price is at an all-time high, Meta's at an all-time high, Nvidia's at, it's going to be really, really tough. And that's one thing that I think Freeberg really hit on the All In podcast that I think is valid, is like the whole, so like communist movement of
oh yeah, I ever heard that part. Yeah,
Mamani or whatever his name is in
yeah,
New York City. It's like, dude, at a certain point, people are just gonna like, I don't, nothing of this works. So like, whoever's saying the crazy stuff, like, let's go. Like, we're down for like whatever.
yeah.
And
They
then
want
that's
to.
probably gonna lead to something much worse. So I don't know. It's like, again, not trying to be political here, but just trying to be like from first principles. If everybody's paying significantly more for everything for years, we're doing all this foreign funding for other stuff. Something's got to give at a certain point here.
Yeah, I think whatever political spectrum you lean, I've heard feedback from both sides that the system is broke.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Like
Both
ultra
sides.
conservative, super liberal. It's like it's broke in so many different ways. Um, yeah, I just think it's been just behind the scenes, just getting broken and broken to where now we're getting visibility. You're like, almost looks overwhelming how to fix it. Um,
Not
what are
to
the solutions?
not to also, get even more overwhelming here, but Nick Carter, I don't know if you know him or have ever heard of him. You might. He's a big crypto guy. So like I, have been interested in the topic for a while. He's like um, I've heard of him like years ago. He's gone on a bunch of podcasts, and he's a venture capitalist and does like a bunch of stuff in crypto. He put out a tweet thread the other day. And of course, like I can't find it now.
Yeah,
It was very recently, but essentially he said that his whole circle of like VC and like everybody in tech that he chats with, like everybody's predicting, and like the next like 3 to 4 years is like there's this window to like essentially get rich or like make your money, and then we're gonna get to the point where like getting money is going to be really difficult, and it's just going to be isolated to like those who own tech companies and those who've like invested in those and those VCs. And I feel like I hear that a bunch more of like, hey, we got like a couple more years until like this thing really takes off, and it's going to be really tough to produce income. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I feel like that's another like theme that I've heard a lot more as of
I
late.
think maybe that there's that window there for whatever their VC companies are investing in, and I kind of think more of like, okay, it's the online, it's the app, it's some sort of software, it's some sort of AI something, or just something more digital, like or non actual present in person, because I don't think like electricians or plumbers are going to have a fucking issue.
No,
You
not at
know,
all.
if anything, there'll be plenty of money in those actual like I don't know. There's got to be a category for it. I mean, they call it blue collar, but I don't think that's the right description of it these days. It's trades they call that too, but I don't think it's this. I don't think it's necessarily there. But there's this huge opportunity there for long term on that side. But I do think, yeah, maybe that online, like, dude, I don't know about starting an agency. 3-4 years from now, that's going to be something you can do. To be
That's such a
honest,
good point, because I was literally chatting with Shane about this morning, and we were like, I was like, I really think there's something like, if you're an agency owner right now, I think like trying to get local service businesses is probably a pretty smart move. Now, like, I granted, if you're like, I'm sure there's always going to be enterprise level size businesses that have a bunch of money to work with, and like those are great clients because obviously larger businesses, more money for management fees, etc. But if you're looking for like a plumber near you, an HVAC near you, acupuncture, nail studio, those types of things, I just don't really foresee people like really adopting LLMs to find somebody like local towards you. Like typically you want to kind of like read some reviews, see what other people have had experiences with, maybe look at some pictures to make sure like they're reputable. I feel like that's like a pretty, I know it's like a digital marketing podcast here.
Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting like longevity move for your business. Now, obviously it depends on the type of clients that you want to work with, the size of clients, like, when you're talking about local services, like you're not charging like tons of money in monthly management fees.
And you're dealing with owners, which depending on how that works, it can be a little bit of a wild card.
No
Uh,
doubt. But I do
Positive
think there's
and
something
negative.
there because I think if you have like a good paid search system and a good SEO system and like maybe some website stuff and packaging those services together for local businesses, I think like optimizing Google My Business, local, directories, like those types of things. I feel like that's safe for a couple years for sure. And that's like not an easy one, but like it's not rocket science, like those types of clients that you're working with.
Yeah, no, I would agree. It's always been something to track, but it's ultra competitive.
It
That's the
really
thing.
is.
There's people that have already kind of niched down into that,
Yeah.
that only do, let's say, websites for plumbers or marketing for let's say even lawyers or etc. So it's pretty competitive. Um, so yeah, it'd be interesting. Like even like starting a new agency in 3 or 4 years from now, you could have a great process, but it's the eyeballs and the competitiveness. I mean, it's so saturated at this point. Um, someone looking for someone, you know, it's difficult to find the right leads coming in to the
And we were
business.
talking about like the ping pong example or
Pinball, yeah,
pinball example,
yeah,
and like it's so true. You know what I mean? Like there's like anybody's like online activity. It's just so much more complicated.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see where this AI thing goes. I mean, dude, I got kids too, and they're in a space where I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do for. Not that I don't know what I want to do, but it's still a very open-ended question as far as like, okay, well, what is a good path for life? And I say path for life because sure, not necessarily career path, because I'm not sure what that's gonna look like, dude. Like, standard college or trade school. You know, I really don't know where it's gonna be. I mean, we're prepared in certain ways, but other ways we can't predict the future.
No doubt about it.
In those scenarios. But dude, I do
And it's
say
just
it's so crazy. There's so much overwhelming. Like if you really kind of consume it all in and you try to worry about it all, there's just too much to worry about. Um, it's just too much. It's crazy. And then it goes back to like, why is it so insane? And I'm like, dude, this is a hell of a simulation.
I know, right? I think
Like,
maybe the takeaway is like trying to spend less time on social. I've really tried to be
yeah,
conscious about that. Now I feel like that's helpful. And I don't know if you've noticed this as well as like even Twitter, I feel like I'm getting a little burnt out by it where it's like um Joe Rogan just had X on. They drop bombs on these
it's the
topics.
same
Here's the 10
posts.
highlights.
Yep.
It's like the same.
Yep.
This new study came out, something you would never think about. 10 highlights. It's like the same, like
Same
templatized.
format. Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm
Everything
looking
is
at my
like
feed.
that.
So I don't look at. So it's very rare. I think I talked about this before. It's rare that I look at the for you on my Twitter feed because it's
That's
all
a
that
hack,
shit.
dude.
That's all that shit
Yeah.
that's in there. It's like literally the first one, and it's a thread. It's like this, like some weird conspiracy about this. Then it's a thread, and then there's another thread, and it's the same thing you're talking about. So typically, I don't spend my time in there because that feel like that's like the real junkie. Like, sure, it's text, but it's bad. I always stay on
Dude,
my
for
following.
real.
So like, I make sure I have a good following that I go for and look at, and it's got a good mix of things that comes through that where it's like, dude, I got another, like literally looking at my feed right now. It's like, okay, I got some SEO guy in France that I follow. He posts some weird AI shit sometimes. I follow Elon. I follow a guy that's like a what do they call it, the OSNINT community, the amateur intel community, for like war stuff. Like that pops up. I got a guy that chases tornadoes. I got Sager from Breaking Points. I follow him, so he's kind of like a mix. So it's like I got a weird mix of like enough stuff that comes through, and it's chronological. So it's like I can kind of control it, and if like I get through that, and I'm like, okay, that may
That's a
take me
major
five ten
hack right
minutes.
there.
I will not go to the For You tab. If I go to the For You tab, I know I'm going to the I'm fucking around tab. Like, this is not productive. Like, I'm gonna
That's
feel
what it should be
guilty.
labeled as.
Like, I'm gonna feel guilty after like looking through this. Like, it's the junk feed. It's like the junk food. Not that my following is all the best, but it's like that's the extra ultra processed food that you're consuming. Same thing on Instagram, dude. I'm super tight on Instagram of who I follow. It's mostly like friends and family. Number one, I want to see, and then there's some related hobby stuff, but be it hunting, fishing, etc. But super tight. I can get through my normal feed or stories rather quickly because I don't follow a bunch of shit. I truly try to curate it to people, and I'll do it every once in a while where like I eliminate it out of my do a clean feed like every once in a while where I just go through and I haven't followed this guy. I'm not really that interested on unfollow. And I clean it up. I prune it. But I do make sure I do not have, I snooze the fucking suggested posts. They're creepy as fuck where you have to go in, change your settings, and every 30 days you have to say snooze suggested posts. So I don't have anything in my feed that I don't know of. The only way I can ever see people that I don't know or haven't followed or associated with is when I click the fucking real button, which I never fucking click.
That's incredible.
You gotta click. You gotta be disciplined on it. It's the only way.
That's incredible that is like default to turning the suggested followers back on after 30 days.
Yeah,
Like, that's
no,
incredible. That's a
so
thing.
I'll catch it. I'm sitting here and I go through my Instagram. I'm sitting at lunch. I'll go jump on because it doesn't take me long to go. Sometimes I'm kind of disappointed because it doesn't take me long to get through my Instagram feed. I'm like, oh, I don't have enough junk food, you know? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll be going through and then all of a fucking sudden I'm like, who the fuck is this? I don't know who all these motherfuckers. It's been 30 days. So I go into my settings and I click this fucking snooze for 30 days.
That's
like,
incredible.
Unbelievable. And I can't believe that people have it on their phone normally like that. I'm like, no wonder you're getting sucked in. It's like, come look at this awesome crack that's going to taste delicious. Come on in. Fucking Hunter Biden. You can't fucking ignore it. You're good, man. It's like, it's bad, like in intentions wise. So yeah, anyways.
That's such a good hack there. I'm honestly going to like try out my, cause I go to the For You Twitter feed 100%. And,
find better followers and know if you're going to go to the For You, just feel a little dirty afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like,
it is.
I had one too many drinks at that one. Not the best.
I'm
choice.
Definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
It is
helps,
interesting.
Man.
It is interesting how social media and YouTube, like there was a point in time where it was like, you know, I hate to sound like old here, but like there was a point in time where like it felt a little bit more like authentic, you know? And probably like never what, like there's always going to be people trying to like get famous and go viral and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like right now it's just so templatized. Like the thumbnails on YouTube are just like some dude with a crazy big face looking nuts.
Oh yeah. I'm
fucking the title right now, is dude. Like absurdly dramatic, and then it's like LinkedIn is threads post, Twitter's thread post. Dude, I haven't gone on LinkedIn in like 3 months.
Dude, LinkedIn's tough, bro. Like that's real tough.
That is like I want to be an influencer, and then all of my comments are people like wanting to be an influencer as well. It's like the weirdest thing.
I don't ever go on the app. Ricardo, I think you were telling me too, like where it's like it's almost like they got videos now and all sorts of stuff.
I don't know. I deleted it off my phone, so I don't know.
Like, dude, LinkedIn's rough. Where I pull it up and I'm like, I see the same people, and I'm like, they doing any work? Or are they just posted on LinkedIn? It's tough. But then you get like, should I? I'm an expert in this. I should probably put my opinion out there. So it's a little bit of like a FOMO, but you're like, nah, we've tried it. So like I've said before, dude, I'm down now to like super cryptic memes that I post and no comments. And honestly, it's only there to tap my base and say, hey, I'm a fucking
still
live.
Here. Yeah.
It's very rare I'll comment on any post, etc. It's just a soft user engagement for. But I get what you're saying, like the genuine thing. I literally just pulled up the YouTube, and it's like, dude, everything is the same. Giant, like the cutout person, their face.
It's like, why are you looking like that?
And it's like, yeah, it's hard to find those good followers, and it's just all rage clickbait.
Oh my god, I found a new. I found a new guy on YouTube that I gotta put you onto. That you would love.
Dude, I do the same thing on my YouTube channels. It's tough because it's more of like a account for the whole, not the whole family, but me and my wife. And so like, it's kind of funny. We probably should have our separate profiles. There are overlaps of things that we have in common that we enjoy to watch together. But dude, there's channels in there where I'm like, dude, I haven't watched this person in how long? Why am I still a subscriber? Purge the list. Purge the list. Clean it out.
You got
Like,
some good like
clean it
social
out.
media hygiene.
It's helpful because it's like I honestly look at it like the same thing like on your inbox, dude, and your emails. Maybe not personal, but at least professional. God forbid, Trevor, if I ever worked with you, I'm gonna look at your fucking inbox, and if I see emails that are like subscription shit that you just archive or you just delete because they're there, maybe it's a warning. If it's not critical but it's just there, you need to unsubscribe from that email
Have
list and
to.
clean it out.
I'm
That
big
will
on that too.
drive me insane because, like, sure, I can just archive it, not a big deal, delete it. You're wasting fucking time. And
No
that's my
doubt about
point.
it.
It's fractional time that is being stolen from you. So you can steal it back by just, taking 5 minutes, clean up the list wherever you're at, and only curate your attention to what you need to, you know?
I'm right there with you on that one for sure.
It's like imagine if you're like in real life and you're walking down the street or whatever, or even was like in Wreck-It Ralph and he's walking around. It's like the pop-up guy. Like imagine you're walking around the street and like every random person every once in a while is going to come up and talk to you because you've opted into it. How much noise and frustration would that be? Like you're walking in a mall or an airport, and it's the same sort of just clear it out, and your mentally will have a little bit more time to focus somewhere else. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
I think it's a great takeaway and a great spot to call it here. I'm honestly going to try like the For You feed and see
dude,
what, like,
just give it a shot. I
or
mean,
follower feed. I mean, not like the suggested feed.
yeah.
I'm really
Oh,
going to give that a try.
before we call it, I
Yes.
did want to share one thing, or talk about it just briefly. Have you messed with the Grok Imagine?
The image stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it is for people that don't know, you download the Grok app. There's a feature called Grok Imagine, and you can upload. Well, one, you can just give it a prompt and it'll make an image, and the image will be then animated for like 6 seconds. You could literally tell it to like a sloth riding a donkey down a fucking bowling alley, and it'll make
Yeah.
it.
Like, yeah.
And it's really good image creation. But the one that's kind of gone viral the last couple of weeks is like you upload your own photo and then it will automatically animate it. A lot of people have been doing it for like old family photos or just fucking around. Like I've done plenty of them. And it's pretty cool and it's free. There's a limit to what you can do per se. Takes about like maybe 45 seconds to generate it. Pretty freaking cool. I mean, just kind of a fun novel idea at this point. But I was messing around for like marketing stuff. Sometimes it's tough for clients to get us like video assets for things, right?
Really
Like
difficult.
just to get the video production. We only need like a 6 second to 15-second clip. So it's not quite there yet, but what I did, and I'd encourage anybody else out there to give it a shot, is like, your clients can give you some great creative assets. Maybe it's like, maybe it's an on-body model, but maybe the face is not there, etc. And it's just a really good shot, but there's no animation behind it. So what I did is this is a brand that we work with, and they had a model shot, no face, just kind of the product itself. It's in the fashion space. And I just gave it to it and to see what the fuck could happen. And sure stuff, it like pulled out and made this person kind of do like a silhouette move for 6 seconds. And like, who is this individual? Who is this model? Just completely AI. Came out of nowhere. The product looks still pretty good. But I think that could be the future to help. Because imagine if I could prompt and refine that of like, okay, make him do this and that. Make sure the product stays on, the product is accurate. I think that could be something down the line from a marketing perspective that could be helpful for us from a content generation standpoint.
Yep.
Dude, imagine, like, especially for like an e-commerce client, that's mostly where it's going to matter. Imagine if you can upload your product feed or whatever products you want. You could upload maybe you don't even need to upload it. You just give them like an avatar of what you want, and they make a little fucking guy walking down the street wearing what you want.
Yep.
And it's the product itself.
We're no doubt about it. That's like the future of creative, I feel like.
Yeah.
No doubt. And then like obviously like website images, product images, social media, email, video, all that stuff. Like I feel like that's 100% the future there.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, right? It's going to be cool to do. We'll finally have those assets. And I think sometimes we fucking miss this as marketers because we're always kind of thinking of like the next cool thing we can do. Is that going to resonate with our audience? Will they fucking see through that bullshit?
Probably.
You know,
Depends.
I mean, I think in some scenarios it can work, but then it could be that unboxing video of the CEO or whoever showing the product that really sells, and it's not AI generated. I think that's something that I think people need to be mindful of. Is like, yeah, all this AI shit's cool, but does it resonate to your consumers? That's what they want to see. You know,
And does like
uh,
it impact your brand? Like you don't want to do something that's going to like have a major reputation hit to your brand. And
yeah.
yeah, I think that's like super valid.
I mean, same thing. Like you could do it. Like you could overdo it on the other side, right? You get all these influencers that are real people pitching your product, and then becomes ingenuine. It's kind of the other spectrum of like the massive influencer or like AI route. I think maybe that's the two different spectrums of how you want to go for it. So I don't know. Maybe humans are stupid and it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's also true.
That's a
That's a great
real
place
big
to end it there.
possibility.
That's a great place to end it there.
All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up then.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
We will catch you back next weekend. Thanks y'all for listening here, and appreciate you listening to a little spicier one today.